Good afternoon. We're looking at the final exam study guide for Accounting 212. One of the things that we need to rethink is the class activities. Notice that the homework is worth 1,400 points, the midterm exam worth 2,750. The final exam, this test, worth $2,750. The management accounting project is worth $2,000, and the blogs are worth $1,100. Collectively, those add up to $10,000. This test, just like the midterm you took several weeks ago now, has 20 multiple choice questions, and they're worth 70 points apiece, and 4 problems, and they're worth 340. This part at the bottom in red is not correct, so don't worry about it. I inadvertently failed to pull it off, but as you know, the test is totally open book, open notes. Calculators are allowed, as is a computer, so you can use anything you want. From Chapter 19, there are 2 multiple choice questions on the test. One of them shows the difference or considers the difference between variable and absorption costing, and I've given you a page reference there. And then one of the problems wants you to compute, or one of the multiple choice questions wants you to compute variable cost per unit. There's a problem, and the problem has you compute both variable cost per unit and absorption costing cost per unit. There are no problems from Chapter 20, but there are 3 multiple choice questions. One of them has you calculate a general and administrative expense budget. One of them has you calculate a selling expense budget, line item. And a third has you calculate a sales budget line item. Before I go on to Chapter 21, we're going to look at this page, but let me point out that the difference between a selling expense budget and a selling budget is the selling budget will have both revenue and expense items on it. The selling expense budget just has, the expenses. So Chapter 21 is a pretty big chapter on the test. There are 5 multiple choice questions. One deals with flexible budget performance reports. One deals with the synonymous nature of a variable budget and a flexible budget. You also have to identify the purpose of a flexible budget. You have to know the cost variance formula and the definition of a price variance. A second problem on the test is a flexible budget, and this will be shorter than requirement 4, but similar to requirement 4 of your case study. There are 2 multiple choice questions in Chapter 22, and they deal with controllable versus uncontrollable costs and responsibility accounting. Third problem is responsibility accounting, just like the video, or much like the video. Chapter 23, we have opportunity costs. You have to calculate whether you would make or buy a product. And what kinds of things, there's another multiple choice question that deals with what kind of things we think about when deciding to make or buy products. Now, what's the decision making involved there? Chapter 24 is also a heavily tested chapter on the final. So we have 4 multiple choice questions. 2 of them deal with calculating net present value for a machine. 1 of them has you compute the payback period. And 1 of them has you calculate the accounting rate of return. Finally, there's a 4th problem, and this problem has you do net present value with maker's depreciation, much like this problem 24.3a and the video. I also refer to the B problem here, 24-3b. Those are usually the same type of problem with different numbers. So I wish you luck. Ask me any questions you have about the test. Remember that I'm going to offer some ability to take the test proctored with me on Blackboard Collaborate. There's some dates that I'm going to put out on the course website in the final exam learning unit. And you could also take it at a testing center or by remote proctor. And there's some instructions in the final exam learning unit about how to do it either way. If you are going to take it by Blackboard Collaborate, please let me know which of the times I propose is going to be a good time for you. Do remember that Blackboard Collaborate is not 24 hours, 7 days a week. You have to pick one of 2 times that I'm going to give the test over Collaborate. Take care, and I wish you luck.